Mhm.
Right.
Well, I guess we should just start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think Amate, you brought up this point.
Yeah, maybe if we can add somewhere in there about like voting on a meeting time by a specific time. Maybe like Sundays, Sunday nights, we can have our vote submitted so that way for the next week we can be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Yeah,
good
I
idea.
like that. Yeah. I think last minute meetings are really hard, especially because we're all in different classes and have different meetings. So making sure we get our meetings um established ahead of time as much as possible would be good.
Mhm.
And even just like making sure we are voting, like
Yeah.
I don't know, once
Yes.
we like vote within like I don't know 24 hours or something. Like most of us have been doing that, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
So, sorry, remind me. So participating in scheduling a group time, um, what did you say you wanted like the deadline to be or like when you want to schedule these?
I think by Sunday.
For
I
the
have our
coming
vote
week.
submitted by Sunday.
And make sure any edits that or anything that we add, we highlight to show
Okay.
that we changed that.
Cool. So polls will be sent out on Sunday to complete for the following week. With multiple options. For Zoom meeting times. Does that sound fine?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that sounds good.
is expected to vote. Each participant is expected to vote.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you can vote for more than one day. Like
Okay.
if you're multiple days, I would add something like that. Then
And the decision is based on the most amount of votes.
How many more times do we meet as a full group?
this should be the last one,
Okay.
unless we feel like we need to revise
Revise it again.
and then we just submit the most up-to-date one, basically.
Yeah, that looks good.
I don't really like that. Do you want to change the color of the font or like just highlight it in like a different color?
Can you make it yellow?
I like yellow.
Just do
Mm.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And
Is
then
are these other yellow bits like our comments?
I think so.
Okay.
yeah, we can delete those before we like
Sweet.
submit
I was
it.
just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think for us to have talking points.
Okay.
And then I had the idea of maybe putting somewhere in communicate effectively. Just for like I know everyone's like busy, obviously, like certain days are a lot busier than others. But maybe like make a point like at the end of the night, just like check the chat and like just read through, even if you don't respond to anything, just to check through just to make sure that you're up to date on any like conversations that might have been had. Because it might be like to what you're doing.
I don't know if this is ask questions or communicating, but maybe like also like tagging people if you have like a specific question for that person. Like, you can tag in the group just like at someone because then it like notifies them a little bit more. Just
I
so
think that it says something, it says examples of communicating effectively include
oh,
addressing
I
a
see.
specific
Okay.
group
Cool.
member when messaging the group. So that's kind of same thing.
That
Does that sound fine?
Perfect.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think asking questions is good.
I think so too.
Mhm.
Allowing time for edit.
I like the idea of a timeline.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
And like we could even, so like I feel like we've both had a time to do the assignment now. Like I feel like we get done it by like Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
And then as long as like we could even just say Thursday, so it gives everybody enough time. Like so we have the assignment done by Thursday and then we have until Sunday to give edits. Or like maybe even like till Saturday so we can record the feedback video and then turn everything in on
We could
Sunday.
even make it Wednesday and then then we have the time to extend it if we need
Yeah,
to.
whatever works, whatever works. I
Uh,
just said, yeah.
Yeah, either one.
Do you guys think that we should put a specific timeline in? Cause depending on like certain days that we're able to meet, will it affect like the timeline of when things are this timeline, if we put a timeline in here?
So when did group 2 meet this week to like start working
We
on
met
what you guys needed to do for your
Sunday.
assignment?
Monday.
Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Did that
Yeah.
work for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We
think
don't-
group-
Oh, I mean, go ahead. Sorry, Megan, I'll let you finish your thought. Sorry.
I was just so group 1, I think we met last Monday and then we had finished our work by Wednesday and then y'all got started on your work on Thursday. Did that work for group 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Would we be okay like sticking to at least that much of a schedule of like you guys have your meetings on Sundays, we have our meetings on Mondays because that works for both of our groups. And then maybe the editing has a little bit more wiggle room just because maybe we can't get to a Zoom meeting with enough time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
don't even think it needs to be that detailed. I think it just, I was just thinking if we have the first half of the assignment done by Wednesday,
Okay.
Right.
the other half of the assignment, like the
Yeah,
other.
because then we can kind of meet when works. for
Whenever.
time
Yeah,
period.
like
Yeah.
I didn't even think it needed to be that hard. It's just so that way we're not like I kind of felt how you guys were probably feeling last week, like just twiddling my thumbs, like, oh, I need to do something. Like I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
so like I felt like if we had the timeline of like, okay, they're gonna be done on Wednesday, then that way we can start work on Thursday. That
I
like because I feel like
Yeah.
like I don't because I think Kayla, I think you right had a I think where you going we're going like we don't want to have too hard of a deadline
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
and then like not be able to
possibly
have
meet it.
like wiggle room or, but I
Mhm.
think like having that Wednesday deadline for the groups, I think that, I think that's enough.
What do you think, Megan?
That sounds good to me. So y'all are
Okay.
saying group that is editing should be finished by
Or the group that's writing it.
so
Like-
Oh, yeah, but she's asking like when should do we even want to have like an edit
Saturday.
break in there?
We could probably do like Friday, couldn't we? And then so then we have
Oh,
Saturday
oh,
and Sunday open for the
Yep.
meetings.
Does that, yeah, I was thinking that too, just so that we have the weekend open and that way everybody's schedule's a little bit more flexible on the weekends to do the feedback meeting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good with me.
Okay, so feedback should be
And-
completed by Friday night.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe write embedded feedback and then the summary, can be written after the meeting because I feel like you get a lot out of like a meeting with everyone
Yeah.
like, over the feedback. So maybe the summary and the video to be done by Sunday or Saturday.
Or like if we need to use the soft deadline.
Yeah, so maybe we just write Sunday. And if it's done
Sure.
Saturday, great,
Yeah, that's fair. Feedback meeting and feedback video should be by Sunday. So Does that
Yeah.
format look okay with everybody? I know it kind of looks weird.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Since we added that, do y'all think there's any parts of the what was already there of the examples and non-examples should be removed? Or
I was
do
gonna
y'all
say
think
maybe
that-
put that as the example and then
Okay.
delete this example.
Yeah. Okay.
So take this part. Do you want me to just put like a strike through, or do you want me to like
I would
delete
put
it?
yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So examples. 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
Just this part? Or just the whole
I
thing?
think the whole example section.
Okay. Where's the how do you do strike through?
That's what I was looking for.
I think you have to backspace through all of it and it'll like put a line through it.
Wait, what?
I think it's under text.
If somebody else wants to do it, they can do it. I can't I can't figure out where it is.
Oh, never mind.
I think it's under edit.
Yeah, it's under where it
Okay.
says bold and then go to more. Oh, wait. Can you right click on that?
It says to highlight the text you want to strike through, click format from the top menu.
Oh, it was format, not edit. Sorry, guys.
So click format from the top.
Oh, I found it. Okay.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh, I can't even open the document on this side.
Okay, cool. And then
See?
keep the non-examples.
Yeah.
Yeah, those non-examples look good.
Okay.
Should we change where it says the timeline and put an example of the timeline just so that it's clear?
Oh, like so that we have like examples and non-examples in our definition.
Since it's a OD.
Wouldn't that be an example, kind of? Or not?
Yeah, I mean, it's an
It's
example.
but just to say an example of the timeline will look as follows, just so that we have a clear example and non-example.
Just so that it says that it's an example.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
Alrighty. We feel good on that section?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Who was
That one I feel like is tricky just because we're all in different time zones.
And like we all have different work schedules.
Yeah.
Like my schedule is really random.
Um,
So I do work like in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
Same.
and I'm in Eastern time, Eastern time, so it's like right now it's 9:30 at night almost.
Yeah, same.
It's like
Yeah.
and then like
that's
5 p.m. for you guys is 2 p.m. for me, so I would still technically be getting messages during work hours.
And like
Yeah.
I work from home in the mornings and like I'll have time to do homework at like 8 a.m. So I
Mhm.
feel like that's kind of
I kind of think that what we put at the top though for the part where we talk about making sure that you're just checking the messages at the end of the day just to make sure that you're in the loop. Like as long as we're catching
Yeah.
up, I think that we should be all right.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I think maybe, well, I guess this kind of covers that too, but if there's like a, we need to make a quick revision of something, but just tagging the person in the message, just so that they are aware or that they might get it faster or
Mhm.
go look at it faster because they're tagged in it. But yeah, I think that's really hard to do with the different time zones.
yeah, I think it's mentioned in communicating effectively, um, to that, to tag the person if you need the information directly from them.
Cool.
That's a good point. And then ensuring participation. I think Rachel, you had a point on that.
Oh, I'm not even sure if we've actually had any problems with this. I was just thinking that we could like, since some people are quieter, just make sure that everyone has said what they need to say, just to make sure everyone gets like their participation.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I kind of put in there, like at the end of the meetings that we could allow time for anybody that couldn't get their thoughts in to get it out at that time.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think it's so hard on a Zoom meeting when there's so many people and people go to talk at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you can hear another person, sometimes you can't. And so it's really hard to all get in there and say things.
Just asking if there's any questions or confusion like before we log off, you know.
Yeah.
Or even like throughout the meeting,
Mm-hmm.
like just having like more pause points.
Mm-hmm. I'm almost thinking, what if we were to use like the raise hand function?
I like that.
Except
I think
I'm
it's
not
also
doing
easier
it.
when it's like less people, because like in our subgroups, you know, there's only like
But I was
what?
just thinking, like our subgroup, I don't think like we talk, but there's
Mhm.
people. Yeah.
And to be honest, I have not figured out how to use the raising hand function.
I'm not
I don't-
I have
stupid.
been trying for so long to figure it out.
Is it
Oh,
under react? It should
Yeah,
be
you
under
hit react.
reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and it stays up until you click lower hand too.
Yeah.
Okay, reactions and then, oh, okay. I think I got it.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we're
and
gonna
it puts that person at the front. Like, you know how like when the person's talking, it comes into the first 5 view. If the
Mhm.
person has their hand up, it puts them at the front so you can see who has something to say.
I really like
Cool.
that because I'm very much not a interrupter. I'll wait like minutes before nobody's
Yeah.
anything. But I
Yeah,
agree with a lot of
same.
things y'all are saying, so I feel like I can do a clapping thing or thumbs
Yeah,
up.
like a little thumbs
Agree.
up.
I agree
Like,
with
I hear you. Yeah.
So this is still recording, just letting you guys know.
Oh.
We have about 8 minutes left, so I just want to get through this before we get kicked off midway.
Oh, cool.
Sorry.
Very good.
Thanks for keeping up on the time.
You're good. Well, yeah, I just got a notification, that's why. And then consequences of meeting KM, I think it's Yara, I think that's you.
Yeah, that's me. I was
Okay.
just wondering if we wanted to add in, obviously it's not like we need to, but I mean, this has been a hard class. This is a hard semester and we deserve something more than a good grade. So if you guys wanted to add in individual reinforcers, we could.
Is it bad? All I want is a good grade.
Right. I'm like, I don't even
I
know
just
what
want
else
to be.
to put.
I
It's
wanna
like
pass.
I need to make it through.
I just want to be
Pass this
done.
class and graduate. Yes.
Yes.
Like, I don't care.
Like counting down the weeks. Are you guys all graduating too this summer, or some of you?
I am.
I am.
I am.
Okay, I
No,
am.
I'll be done in December.
Okay.
As long as everything goes to plan.
I'm like counting down the weeks.
I can imagine.
So we're
Are we at
there.
like 6 weeks left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Five. Don't give us an extra
Yeah.
one. 5.
Oh, okay.
I got an email that said 5 weeks until graduation.
Sweet.
Stop the
All right,
share.
I think this was the last one, and this
Okay.
wasn't like anything to revise. It was just this little tidbit about if somebody's unable to make their subgroup meeting, just let the group know. And we recorded a video and then sent that person who missed the link, and they were able to watch the video. And they had like when we were filming the video, they were able to, or we gave them like what their instructions were or what parts they had for the assignment, and then they were able to catch up, no problem.
It was
Oh.
super, super helpful.
So I think it worked. Yeah, I think it worked really well.
Yeah, that was good. All
I
right,
think
I'm gonna
that's-
the recording.